Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Tuesday, the 18th of July. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today, we are taking a trip to Dickson to visit with one of the popular restaurants there. It's one known for delicious hamburgers, really good fried chicken, and creative comfort food dishes. I'm talking Little Bite of Everything, located in the historic downtown area of Dickson. We're visiting with the owners, Jeff and Heather Manor, to learn why they decided to open up Little Bite of Everything there in Dickson and where they get their inspiration for the items you'll find on their menu. After that, we're heading into the kitchen with head cook Paul Van Landingham. He shares with us their recipe to one of their pimento and cheeses, and then we get a look at their hot fudge sundae. Let me tell you, it's the best breakfast I've had in a while. After that, our Tennessee traveler, Tom Adkinson, takes us to Stillhouse Hollow Falls, which is a 90-acre state natural area in Tennessee. And there is one significant site that is sure to take your breath away. And at the end of the show today, we're taking a look back at the Music City Ruck March that happened last Friday evening. But first, let's get a check of our headlines. 3 more indictments have been handed down in connection to the felony theft case at the former Sumner County Food Bank. 3 of the agency's former volunteers have also been arrested for illegally receiving funds from the nonprofit. The former pastor and food bank director, James Gill, was the first to be indicted and charged with theft over $250,000, 2 counts of money laundering, and 2 counts of prostitution. Get their next court dates by going to mainstreetmediatn.com and going to Gallatin News. Support is what historically Black churches and at least one business in Columbia are receiving after what police are calling bias-based rhetoric flyers being placed on the buildings. Pastor of Bethel Chapel in the area, Reverend Tanya Mason, tells Main Street Maury that the KKK succeeded in placing the flyers, but they failed in intimidating and stopping the worship. 2 individuals have been arrested. Read what charges those 2 people are facing by going to our website, mainstreetmediatn.com. Get a look at this mural right here. It's on display at McFadden Community Center on Bridge Avenue in Murfreesboro. Members of Inspiritus, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping families in need, help 60 Murfreesboro students with the design. It's great. Artists were encouraged to create art that highlights and that celebrates the similarities and differences they have with their neighbors. Head over to mainstreetmediatn.com to get more on this mural and programs offered through Inspiritus, or take a drive and stop by and check it out for yourself. Let's get a check of our forecast and see what's coming our way. We're turning over to our friends at Tennessee Valley Weather to find out what the weather is going to look like.
Good Tuesday morning. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your forecast for the rest of today. We are going to be hot and humid once again, mainly dry for the morning, but we could see maybe a shower or 2 early on in the next few hours. But overall, we're going to see a better chance for showers and storms heading into later this afternoon. Around lunchtime, again, should be dry. We will be hot and humid, like I mentioned, with temperatures in the lower 90s. But as we approach the 3 and 4 o'clock hour, we see this line of storms. Could have some gusty winds with these for the rest of this afternoon. Those will move through later this afternoon into the early part of the evening, but should be all out of here, at least the stormy part of it, by dinner time. We could still see a few lingering showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or 2 before the night is over, though. Here's your 7-day forecast. Again, storm chances for this afternoon with temperatures in the lower 90s, and we get up into the mid-90s for Wednesday and Thursday, and we're back to right around 90 degrees for Friday, and we're seeing daily storm chances, but I think Friday is going to be a little bit on the more widespread side compared to the next couple of days, in addition to today as well. But then the good news is we look to dry out by the end of this weekend with temperatures in the upper 80s.
Welcome back. On Dickson's historic Main Street, you'll find a number of restaurants and shops. One restaurant where you can get fresh fried green tomatoes, homemade pimento and cheese, a darn good burger, and tasty chicken. You have Little Bite of Everything. And I'm here with the owners, those who created Little Bite of Everything here in Dickson. I have Heather and Jeff Manor. Thank you both so much.
Thanks.
So first off, where did this concept come from?
Well,
we just wanted to make as much stuff as fresh as we could. We started off with a sort of a different concept. We actually had cupcakes for a minute, and then they took them away, and everybody freaked out because they were really good. But we decided to go with a Southern theme, and that's where pimento cheese comes from. We were already doing mac and cheese, which is very Southern, so that's kind of where our concepts come from. We want Southern food, and what can we do to implement this into our menu. So.
Absolutely love your menu. Again, from the variety on chicken sandwiches and the burgers, and you have macaroni and cheese bites, like they're deep fried. And who doesn't love something deep fried, every once in a while?
That's literally Southern. Can you get more Southern?
You cannot get more Southern. What about the name, Little Bite of Everything? Who came up with that? Which one?
So he did, but it's actually inspired from my favorite band, Dawes. They have a song called Little Bit of Everything, A Little Bit of Everything. And so he came to me one day about that, and it's a pun on there. So we've seen them countless times.
We love puns.
Yeah.
Dad jokes.
So it fit, and yeah, so it came from a song. It was inspired from a song from our band.
So opened up in 2016. This was not your original location where you are now.
No, we were on East College Street. Very small, 8 tables. 8 tables.
8 tables, I believe it was.
Yeah, but when I say 8 tables, I mean they were. It was like a community table. Yeah, so we outgrew that, and we moved here in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
So outgrowing that, again, you both created this restaurant. You didn't have a restaurant before this, didn't have any sort of shop in any way. How surprised were you that you grew as quickly as you did?
Very surprised.
Thankful.
Yes. Obviously, we just slowly growed. I mean, it was, it's been 7 years, but we can look at our sales, and they just trended up and up and up. And of course, we had COVID. And that's caused us to get a lot of DoorDash was just picking up here, so we do a bunch of DoorDash. Nothing like sitting in your living room having people bring it, but it really helped us during COVID.
I can imagine.
DoorDash to get through, because at one point we couldn't do indoor dining. But Dickson was a little looser than some of the bigger cities, so we were able to do not open up too far since then.
And the community was very supportive, supportive.
You have all of these different burgers and chicken sandwiches. Do you taste them first, or do you have your staff taste them just to make sure they have that winning taste that will win people over?
Yeah, we usually start by making it at our house. Okay. And going from there. And we will bring some of them, like the ingredients, and have everyone try it. So. Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite sandwich on the menu?
My favorite is mushroom Swiss.
Okay.
Yeah, it's simple. And the maple bacon chicken sandwich I also like. It's really good. So,
yeah. I really like just our plain cheeseburger, just a good old-fashioned cheeseburger. It's just so good. But I do love our Tex-Mex salad with the jalapeno ranch. That was my creation, and it's to this day one of my favorites.
Now, do you bread your chicken in-house? Do you do everything here in-house?
Yeah, we get the chicken breasts, they pound them so they're tender. For hours. They pound them for it takes hours to do. And then
tenderizing chicken to do.
Yeah.
But when you walk in the door, there's no chicken cooked. So sometimes we get a little overwhelmed. Dickson's become very patient with us. Sometimes we take a little longer than we should, but we've got it. We're still a really small place, and our kitchen's not huge. It's not corporate big, and but we get the job done. Or fancy, we get the job done though. But everything's cooked fresh when you come in here, and I think people can tell the difference.
What do you hear from customers when they come in? What have you been hearing throughout the years?
I think one of the biggest things is they do talk about our staff, about how friendly, how welcoming our staff is. We hear that. I get messages almost daily about just an experience a guest had, how welcome they felt, and then of course the food, how good that was. But our staff is just really incredible.
100%. What's been the most challenging?
Also staff. Because it takes a long time to build a really good team. We have one of the best teams, but it took a long time to build, and we still have just a few pieces to fill in, but our staff is incredible, but it did take a long time to build.
It did.
Yeah.
Any advice, I'm going to go ahead and ask this now, and I love asking this of entrepreneurs and local owners. Any advice that you have for somebody else looking to open a restaurant or a business of any type?
just you just don't know what to expect. Whatever you're expecting, make it 10 times harder. It's really difficult. Luckily, we, been married for buku amount of years before we opened this, and raised children, which is also, you never know what to expect. It's very much like raising children. Like you can read books, you can do all this, but once you get in there, it's just, you just have to kind of fly by the seat of your pants till you figure some stuff out, and that's kind of what we did. And because we're married and we make a great team, it helped out, so. This
morning we're going to try one of your burgers. I get to see how it's prepped and put together. I love this part, and then I get to try it at the end. It's my favorite. What are we making? What are we making today?
We're making a Southern burger, what we call. It's just a burger. We cook it fresh, and then bread of fried green tomato, put that on it, and then we put our house-made pimento cheese on it. And that's our classic pimento cheese, which we have currently 5 different pimento cheeses.
One is a special.
I know of 2, so the classic and the white.
We have the classic, the white cheddar ranch, the jalapeno pimento cheese, what we call Sunday pimento cheese, and then we have currently a Nashville hot pimento cheese that goes on our special that we're having called the 615 sandwich, which also has bacon jam on it, which we got a couple hours that goes on. So we make that in-house too. So.
That sounds amazing. And you have some wonderful desserts. What do you have dessert-wise?
We have our hot fudge cake, our strawberry fields cake, which is kind of a hot fudge but with vanilla and strawberries instead. And then we've always had our brookie. It's a brownie cookie dish that we make here in-house, and our banana cheesecake. Yeah.
And your hot fudge sundae. That was my mom's favorite.
Oh, the hot fudge cake?
The hot fudge cake. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
the ooey gooey, the fudge and the ice cream. So
Yes.
good. Well, when we come back, we're going to see a little bit of the video, or a lot of the video, of how the burger is constructed. And then we're going to talk about the burger once that is done. I will taste it, and I can't wait to share what it tastes like with you and just hear a little bit more about Little Bite of Everything in Dickson. Heather and Jeff, you guys are fantastic. We'll be back with you in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Did you know that up to 80% of us will experience back or neck pain during our lifetime? Many of you are offered surgery or addictive pain pills to relieve your chronic pain. At the Dr. Gill's Center for Back, Neck, Chronic Pain Relief, we have been leading the way to better health, naturally, and have helped tens of thousands of people right here in Middle Tennessee for the past 30 years.
I came to Dr. Gill about 10 years ago after my local doctors recommended surgery. I knew about Dr. Gill and wanted to see if he could help me. 10 years later, I am pain-free, no surgery, and no pain pills.
Surgery is scary, and over 40% of all back surgeries fail, creating a cycle of surgery and pills. There is a safer solution to your chronic pain. Make the call to the Dr. Gill Center for Back, Neck, Chronic Pain Relief today and get your life back. This office visit is normally $299, but call today and receive your initial consultation, report of finding for just $49. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Call 615-768-8743. That's 615-768-8743.
Welcome back. We are still at Little Bite of Everything. We're getting ready to head into the kitchen with head cook Paul Van Landingham. He shares with us how they make their Southern burger, and my favorite part, the pimento cheese.
This is one of our staples.
Paul Van Landingham?
Van Landingham, yep.
Cream cheese. special blend. Cook our burgers here to mid-well, unless requested otherwise. That's it.
So how did you enjoy that video of seeing the Southern burger that you will find at Little Bite of Everything in Dickson? Not only that, we have their hot fudge cake, which looks amazing, and she put a little extra fudge on it for me. You guys, I love how fresh everything is. And Paul did a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How is it having such a good, I guess, lead chef in the kitchen like that?
So he really takes pride and ownership of all of the food that he puts out, of his kitchen staff. He mentors them, he works with them, he's coaching them all of the time. And so it shows in the quality of our food.
100%.
Yeah.
The fried green tomatoes. What is that special seasoning? The special seasoning?
It's our breading. Yeah. It's our breading, so it all comes together. Yeah.
And there's a little hint of spice to it.
There is,
spice,
yeah. We do like spice.
So this is the one burger. I have not tried this one here before now. So just want to say that. I've tried pretty much every chicken sandwich, and your triple burger I had one day.
The Mighty Elbow?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's hardcore. That's impressive.
I don't know why on that day I was here with my husband and my mom, and I was like, I'm just going to get it. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
That was a little more than, I bit off more than I could chew. But I'm so curious about this. And I have no shame. That is yummy. Again, the pimento and cheese, seeing him put it together. You saw the ingredients. I didn't give you the amount, but you see what was mixed with the cream cheese. I feel like that's a special twist.
It is.
Am I right in that?
It makes it kind of like a spread. So pimento cheese is known for sharp cheddar, and that takes it down just slightly, but it adds a little something to it as well. It's why people love our pimento cheese so much.
How much pimento and cheese do you go through?
So much. Yeah, and we shred all of the cheese that goes in to our pimento cheese, so I feel like that shredder is just going all the time. Yeah.
And what about your mac and cheese? Because he was just saying you guys are just continuously making the mac and cheese.
We make it in small batches throughout the day. Yeah, and that's really important for the quality to keep it fresh. Is to have that constantly going.
Yeah, because if you just leave it, if you just make a big, huge batch, it dries out on you, and it's not as good. Not as good. Noodles start falling apart.
Right.
You just gotta keep it like freshen it up a little bit every now and then.
Oh my gosh. All right, let me show you this. Look at this, you guys. And because, why not? Do you have special fudge that you use because it's really thick and really chocolatey? Or it's just the
just hot
regular
fudge?
Yeah. We've tried some different ones, and then some we didn't like better than others. So sometimes we'll go through 2 or 3 products before we get to the one we like.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay. And share with me before I let you guys go the recognition that you have received from the community showing you how much they enjoy your food.
So we've been voted Best Burger 4 years in a row, maybe about to be a 5th. Award ceremonies next week, and Best Restaurant last year. Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
We were surprised by that one. That was exciting. Yeah.
So
we were really proud of that.
So proud.
Well, Paul was saying like with these recognitions that it's really like you have to just stay elevated all of the time.
You do. It's very important to consistently put out good quality, to have outstanding service. That's very important to us. We order our food at least 3 times a week, at least. So, I mean, we don't want to eat somewhere where the food's not good, right? So we we want to eat here too.
That's wonderful. Heather, Jeff, thank you so much. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you would want to share with anyone watching this?
I don't think so. We're just really thankful that you
so.
chose to come spend the morning with us. Thank you for that.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. And I have to say, I'm an only child and I'm not a sharer. So I'm going to keep eating. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We'll be right back. Oh, go.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. This morning we are taking a trip south of Columbia, Tennessee to Stillhouse Hollow Falls with our Tennessee traveler, Tom Adkinson. You can find his articles in Main Street, Nashville. Tom, good morning to you and always great to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So tell us about Stillhouse Hollow Falls. I love a good hike, and something that intrigued me is the 75-foot waterfall.
Absolutely. This is one of the state natural areas as opposed to a state park. Although there are some natural areas that are within state parks, it's a bit of a confusing circumstance in some regards. But this is a pocket wilderness, sort of, so to speak. It's a special area that is just a really nice little day hike destination. It's south of Columbia, near the Summertown community. It offers a 1.5-mile loop trail, and halfway through the walk is this pretty little waterfall. And I say little because right now, with the weather having been relatively dry, the waterfall is modest. Mm-hmm. If you're out there after a big rain, it's Niagara Falls, you'd think.
I bet it's beautiful. How do we find this particular trail to walk on?
It is right on the highway. There's a marker. It's US Highway 43 south of Columbia. There's only one sign in either direction. If you blow right by it, you've missed it. There is a parking lot that I would guess might hold 20 cars or so. Mm-hmm. If the lot is full, just go find another activity. That's the indication that there's enough people on the trail and there's no place else to park. So don't park on the side of the highway or anything silly like that. And as a matter of fact, if the parking lot is full, drive a few miles away to another state natural area called Devil's Backbone. So indeed, but it's easy to find. Big marker sign on US 43.
Well, I have a question, kind of like diverting a little bit here, but what makes it the distinction that it's not a state park? What's that natural area versus state park?
Well, my understanding, they're overseen by the same Department of State Government. They're mm-hmm. smaller. They have specific ecological distinctions. Some of them are publicly accessible, such as this one. Some of them are not accessible. The state needs and the owners want to preserve whatever that little niche of nature is. So they're kind of a subset of special places, and we're lucky that a lot of them are open to the public.
Gotcha. Thank you for defining that for us. Couple more questions for you. So how long does this trail normally take for someone that's maybe a beginner? And is it for beginners or more intermediate hikers?
It would really suit almost anybody because it's such a nice break from the routine.
Okay.
As I said, it's only 1.5 miles.
Thank you for that, Tom. Is it pet friendly?
My recollection is, oh, absolutely. It's not just my recollection. Yes, I saw people with dogs on leashes the last time I took that walk. And so indeed, yes.
Fantastic. Tom Adkinson, thank you so very much. Our Tennessee Traveler. You can find his articles at mainstreetnashville.com. Until the next time, our friend.
Take care.
You too. Stay with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have a lot more coming up right after this.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Welcome back. Here's a look back at the Music City Ruck March that happened this past Friday. Operation Stand Down Tennessee partnered with the Bob Woodruff Foundation to host this year's Ruck March. You can see the many people that were on hand for the Ruck March, as well as the Music City Brewers Fest that happened after the march was over. This year's event was held there at Geodis Park. Participants were able to ruck a portion there of the area. Again, a number of people on hand, some with the American flag, others with a name on their rucksack honoring a fallen friend or service member. But again, a nice turnout for the Music City Ruck March and Music City Brewers Fest. Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of the day.